Yo, YouTube, what's good? It's Aeghis. So recently there was some class tuning that affects Mage pretty greatly, and generally there's a lot of other very important nerfs, I guess, to just keep in mind going into the season, just so you can, kind of fully be aware of where the meta is, because it's just more fun to actually know what's going on, um, so that you can actually adapt accordingly. So that's yeah, I mean, let's just look at what the mage changes are first. So obviously Flux, that thing has been a little bit out of control on the pre-patch. Yeah, we're definitely not upset to see that. I mean, we didn't want that to go into the season. Obviously it was fun to like abuse it for a little bit, but that being in the game, I think we can all agree that's a bit excessive. So maybe 40% actually feels like a, you know, that was that combo is like not like overkill, but like it was definitely overkill. Like this being 40%, I think is still a decent amount as long as the flux modifies the entire missiles cast. You can still do it. So as long as they don't change the functionality of it, and it's just a now the question is it was actually 125% or 120. I think it was 125 though. So that's a little confusing because if they're gonna nerf it by 60%, I wonder if in game it's gonna be like 60% of the 125 that the tooltip in game reads. So maybe it's not even that big of a nerf. We'll see. I mean, it's a big nerf, but what I'm saying is you might still play that and then just not play Magi because the way Flux being introduced to the game, um, what that does to Arcane is it makes it kind of it has to straddle a fine line between like balance between flux and normal magi. And most of the time I feel like it's just going to be one or the other, very obviously. So this is just definitely one that you're going to have to try out, I think, to come to any concrete conclusions. So I'm excited to see like what it feels like, I guess, but if it's not strong enough, then maybe you'll just play normal magi. We'll see. For Fire Mage, Meteor direct damage reduced by 40%. Now, I'm kind of all for this change, like as my, own personal perspective and experience playing Mage. I just wasn't really a fan of like the Frostfire Common Storm being such a big source of my burst. I like just ripping big busts with pyros and fireballs. So I kind of hope we can like transform Fire Mage into feeling like that. So this is kind of like a direction towards that a little. For example, like with Meteor doing less damage, it's maybe less troll to play Sun Fury. Like you're trolling less. Maybe it's actually better. I mean, who knows? But that's basically just, yeah, I don't know. I think Fire Mage personally just more fun with big fireballs and big pyroblasts. And right now, Fire does actually have some pretty big pyroblasts, believe it or not. So we might be seeing a return of Fire this season. We'll have to wait and see. I hope for that personally. Then Frost Mage, this one really caught me off guard. I won't lie. Like this one, I was very surprised to see this, and I was definitely not expecting to see this much of a nerf to Frost. I think a lot of mages were agreeing that Frost kind of felt a little underwhelming, and I think there was you could kind of get a sense for that a little bit if you played the end of last season. Everyone started playing Arcane, so Frost was like kind of falling out of the meta a little bit, and most of the time it was just because the dam, like you'd always be bottom dam, pretty much, unless it was like a really good matchup in threes, and a lot of times in shuffle too. So I was very surprised to see that. I think that Frost is gonna be in like a really weird spot. I don't know. I'm pretty much like not looking forward to playing it like at all. Um, I don't know, dude. To me, like fighting Frost is also super toxic. I just don't like having to kick like that fast, of spells, and it's just I don't know. It's too much haste, honestly. Like, it is nice, it is fun to play with, but like fighting Frost Mage is just not fun. So, I mean, it's like kind of fun, just not all the time. I don't know. I just don't like kicking into 80% haste. It's so hard. But anyways, that's kind of my general thoughts on these. I mean, Feral's got a little nerf. Actually, I mean, 8%. Hmm. That's definitely not nothing, but I think they're fine. Damn. Yeah, I think those are huge as well. I'm okay. I mean, it's whatever, dude. I feel like this happens to DK like every patch. Paladins, all healing reduced by 12%. So for me, Age Pals are kind of like, they've been like kind of dominating the healer meta for a while, it feels like. And I'm just not really a fan of Age Pal metas, to be honest with you. Divine Plea duration increased to 30. Yeah, I don't know if that's enough to like dethrone them, but maybe. Probably not though. And then Shadow Priest, Void Volley damage reduced by 30% in PvP combat. I was actually sad low key to see this because I was playing a little bit of the SP myself, and pressing Void Volley was like so much fun. But yeah, it was probably like a little bit too bursty. I think 30% might have been the right number, but sometimes I wish they would try to like thread the line between, like a big nerf and kind of just like trying to tone it down a little. I feel like they just don't even try to do that. So they over nerf things pretty often. Um, so I don't know. I kind of wish they would have done like 20% maybe. Maybe that would have felt good because I think Shadow with burst is nice. Honestly. Let's see. Rogue Asa Garrote damage reduced by 15%. I mean, yeah, they're just gonna do like less damage while annoying you now, because pretty much that's like the one button Asa Rogue just spams the whole game. But still gonna be as annoying. Maybe you just won't have to like block a no cooldown go now or something though, which is kind of nice. And then let's see, Warlock Demonology, all damage reduced by 5% in PvP combat. Sure, I mean that's probably a very slap on the wrist type nerf. Not too bad though. Some stuff up here, but I ain't gonna go through all that. You guys can check it out if you want. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this little update vid. So that's it.